basic characteristic, and there were many things which were which came for the first time in platyhelminths. The term platyhelminths was coined by a scientist, Gegenbaur, in 1859. Now, what is the basis of classification? In Porifera, the basis of classification was the skeleton. The skeleton, whether it is made up of sponges or whether it is made up of spicules. So the basis of classification in Porifera was skeleton, and the skeleton is made up of spicules, types of spicules, calcareous or siliceous or spongin fibers. On that basis, we classified Porifera. The next phylum was Coelenterata, and in Coelenterata we have seen that there were many bases of classifications: the mode of life and the body form, whether polyp or medusa. In platyhelminths, again we have different bases of classification. First is the mode of life. The mode of life, whether they are free living, whether they are parasitic. If parasitic, whether they are ectoparasite or whether they are endoparasites. Then the digestive tract. The digestive tract is absent in those organisms which are parasites in the alimentary canal or in the blood, where they get digested food and they need only to absorb. So we have to remember the digestive tract. A degenerate digestive tract, or if the digestive tract is absent, the organism must be a parasite or a commensal, because it does not need to digest. It gets its feeding from the host. Then cilia on the body. When we saw and learned about the movement of the platyhelminths, we read that the epidermis has rhabdites and the epidermis is ciliated, which helps in movement. So whether these cilia are present or whether these cilia are absent. So multiciliated epidermis is a characteristic of platyhelminth, but it is not found in all the classes. So in the next slide, we will see about the three classes. First, we will get an overview of the three classes here. The first class is Turbillaria. See, the first class is Turbillaria, and Turbillaria includes the free-living flatworms. It includes the free-living. So the basis of classification is mode of life. So on the basis of mode of life, all the free-living flatworms, most free-living flatworms are included in class Turbillaria. So Turbillarians will show the basic characteristic of platyhelminths. And the next two classes are parasitic. Now see, parasites, they will show degeneration of some characters or formation of new characters. The degeneration of character, like we have seen, the digestive tract. In the parasite, the digestive tract will not be well developed. If the parasite is endoparasite living in intestine or in blood, the digestive tract will be completely absent. So the parasitic zoonotic, see zoonosis, this is a very important term in terms of when we study about COVID-19, how the virus jumped the species barrier. And so if any disease is transferred from another animal to human beings, we termed it as zoonosis. And it is a very important area of research nowadays, when we see most of the new diseases are jumping the species barrier. Parasitic zoonotic flukes. So the term flukes is used for trematodes. And then the parasitic tapeworms. Tapeworms or the flatworms having very long length, the term is used for class Cystoda. So we have three classes. One is of including the free living flatworms, and rest two are parasites. Then in Cystoda we have endoparasites mostly, and in Trematoda we have ectoparasites and the endoparasites both. The turbillaria, see the turbillaria divided into two groups, the microturbillarians with about 300 species and macroturbillarians or Tricladidae. This division is on the basis of the size of these turbillarians. Now see, when we talk about the presence of cilia on the body or the absence of cilia on the outer wall of body, the flatworms of the phylum Platyhelminthes comprise free-living turbillaria and obligate parasitic organisms, monogenia, digenia, Aspidogastria and Cystoda. Today they are grouped in Neodermata. See, new and dermata, dermis. Neodermata. The flatworms, turbillarians, they have the old epidermis which is ciliated. But the obligate parasitic organism, see parasitic organism, they either degenerate, they degenerate some characters or they generate some characters, like the reproductive system of these parasites is highly developed, but the alimentary canal is less developed. Then they do not need cilia on the outer body wall for movement. So the obligate parasitic organism which are included in these orders, they are included in Neodermata because they have developed a new dermis. So we see multiciliated epidermis, this character only present during larval stage in Neodermata, and it becomes lost at adult stages with the development of neodermal syncytium. They develop a syncytial epidermis and the cilia becomes absent on the. So this is, so we have to remember three classes: turbillaria, which include the free living worms, then Trematoda and Cystoda, which includes the parasitic forms. Trematodes, they are zoonotic flukes, and Cystode, they are endoparasitic, and they are called as tapeworms due to their long length. Now see, we will see the basic characteristic of three classes. Class 1 is turbillaria, and we have to remember turbillaria include the free living flatworms. Class 2 Trematoda, and it includes the flukes, and class 3 Cystoda, and it includes the tapeworms. Now see, class 1 turbillaria, they are mostly free living. See, all are not free living. They are mostly free living. Their majority of them are aquatic, that too found in saline marine water. Some are commensals and very few are parasites. Trematode, they have no free living form. They are either ecto or they are endoparasite. Ectoparasites we have. Then class 3rd is Cystoda. They are intestinal parasites. This is a question which is asked in competitive exam, that intestinal parasites, gut parasites are included in. So the gut parasites are included in if the option is phylum Platyhelminth and the option is class Cystoda. The better option is class Cystoda. Now we see the body wall. Turbillaria, cilia present on the body wall. We have seen multiciliated epidermis is a characteristic of turbillaria because these are free living forms. Then body without cilia, because these are endoparasite. Trematodes, cilia is absent, and Cystode, cilia is absent. That's why these two, Trematoda and Cystoda, most they are included in Neodermata. Then body unsegmented, termilarias, there is no segmentation. You see this planaria, there is no segmentation. You see fasciola, there is no segmentation. But if you see tapeworm, Cystoda, you will see a word is written immature proglotted, then it's written mature proglotted, then gravid proglotted. These small squarish shape structure, rectangular shape structure, they are called as proglotted, and they represent pseudo metameric segmentation. So turbillaria is characterized by presence of cilia, but the body is unsegmented. The epidermis is multinucleated, containing mucus secreting rhabdites. Now these rhabdites, they are very important. Rhabdites, they are found only in class Turbellaria, and they secrete mucus which can be used for protection. The body in Trematoda is unsegmented and cilia is also absent. Cystoda cilia is absent, but the body shows pseudo-metameric segmentation. It is not true metameric segmentation. Not Turbellaria. The another mode of classification was the digestive tract. So in Turbellaria, the digestive system is with one opening. This is very important. Such type of digestive tract in which only one opening is present, which acts as the entry and the exit, the mouth and the anus, is called as the blind sac body plan. So in Porifera, we have seen the body segment, the body plan was cellular aggregate. There were many openings which were called as ostia, and there was a single exit called as osculum. So that is not a blind sac body plan, that is a cellular aggregate body plan. In Coelenterata, we have seen there was one opening which was acting as the entry, and it was also acting as the exit, and such type of body plan is called as blind sac. So Coelenterata or Cnidaria and Ctenophora, they also have blind sac body plan, and Platyhelminthes, they also have blind sac body plan because a single opening is present. You see in this diagram. In this diagram of planaria, you see this is the single opening which is called as mouth. And the pharynx is evertible. Muscular pharynx is evertible. So the pharynx